Okay, so in this game, we have the Kayle matchup. Very easy matchup for Mundo. I've taken Ghost again, as it allows me to run down the Kayle. I've taken the same runes as usual, with Approach Velocity and Magical Footwear in my inspiration tree. Can swap out the Magical Footwear if you would like to get boots earlier, but I think that with your Approach Velocity and Ghost, always run down the Kayle. You don't really need to rush the boots. Also, you're in no threat of dying because lane matchups work very, very easy. So I saw in this game that she'd taken bone plating, meaning that I can easily proc that and then go for an all-in afterwards. She's also not taking tenacity, so she gets slowed a lot. Taking overgrowth, and last stand. So she has quite a lot of runes that are good for me in the early, so I should get a few kills in this lane. I'm not having to leash here, so I'm going to look into the tri-bush, see if I can get some poke on her on the way into lane, and maybe zone her from a couple of CS. Usually you want to try and get 3 Qs on them if you can start in this tri-bush here. Q them once, walk out of it, ward it, Q them again, and then Q them when they're on the way into lane again. You're trying to, when you're last hitting the first 3 melee minions. So, in this game, I think my build was going to be Anathema's Chains, as it would usually be, just to allow me to run down their run down the Kayle, and also then I could put the chains on the Sivir late game and itemize magic resistance, and I'm not really scared of Lee Sin's damage later. So I can itemize magic resistance and change the Sivir, and then I'm pretty invulnerable to damage. So yeah, the lane's very easy. Really what you want to do is wait for it to overextend a little bit, and a Q, and all in her, and you will die. Steps up here and trolls. Get a nice bit of poke down. So I know that they've started top side, because she leashed. So I know that I'm in no trouble now, because their jungler's on towards bot side, either doing blue or Gromp. Obviously I can see that he's done the blue now. I know he's down towards bot side. If I hit a few of these Qs here, I could look to dive, but since I didn't, I'm just going to look to slowly poke her down, allow her to auto me once, like she did then, and she takes about 150 damage off the minions. For one auto on me, which I also heal back up off. My second win down my Doran shield. So it's really worth to let her auto me once into the turret. The only real way that the Kayles can survive this lane is if they take second wind, Doran shield, and max their heal early. Otherwise they're very susceptible to dying. I'm going to stop her basing here. I don't mind if I take a bit of damage because I have my pot, she doesn't. So I'm going to look to pot up here, and then she overextends like this. Just an easy kill. Try and push this in before she teleports back, so the wave's hitting the turrets, it'll bounce back towards me. That's the ideal. And it's shoved in now, the wave will bounce back towards me. I won't have to teleport back because of that. I know that Lee Sin's probably going to base and come towards top side soon. The wave will be next to my turret, and the fact that I still have Ghost means that when she overextends for the wave next, I can probably get another kill on her just by hitting a Q and then going for an all-in with my Ghost. So if I do hit a Q and I'm in range to just follow up, and there's not a wave that she can walk through to stop me hitting Qs coming soon, I'll just instantly Ghost and just either trade her flash or kill her. Oh, I can see the Lee Sin on the wards. I know he's got no camps up. So what I want to do now is, I do want to kind of keep the waves here as a freeze. I don't want to take too much damage, and I don't want to go all in on her, because I know that he's top side, and I don't want to die. So here I'm just going to pretend that I'm not trying to freeze it, but then I am going to just freeze it and keep it close to my things, keep it close to my turret. So the only thing Lee Sin can come and do is try and reset the wave for her, but I won't die. So I presume now that he's starting to move away. And we had a troll in Drave in this game. But it didn't matter. I presume that if I could make myself strong enough to be able to 1v2, then it's like a 3v3 for the rest of them anyway. That's how I always think about it. She was a bit further away then than I would have liked to follow up on her, but now she's close. Instantly pop both my movement speed items, so I'm moving at almost 500 movement speed, and then easily kill her. Push this wave in, because it's past 5 minutes I can take a plate, so I'll probably take a plate. I demolish, and then I'll just base. I'll take 2 and I'll push this wave actually, because I realised why I did this. Because I knew that their Lee Sin was going bot side, and the Kayle had already teleported back. If the Kayle hadn't already used teleport, I would have just taken 1 and then reset. But now I am huge. So, if the game was going completely even here, I might not opt in to go in. Not opt to go in Anathema's Change, just due to the fact that I'm very far ahead, so I can beat her without it. But their mid lane is the only person with kills on their team, so I want to be able to put the chains on her, and then I won't die to anybody else. I just teleport back here to avoid him crashing this wave, so I can set up another freeze and just do with the wave what I want, because he started to hard push this wave. And same thing will happen when I get ulti. If I hit another Q, I'll just ulti at her, and then kill her. Important for me to make sure that I get quite a big lead this game, seeing as we haven't intentional feeder. And now I know that she's used her heal here for the movement speed, so if I do hit her like this, I can go on her. I opted not to and trying to go for the cannon instead, and I remember missing that cannon and thinking, what have I done? Now I'll kill her, because I know she has ulti up, but it won't matter. She can stall out for a moment, I can tank easily, and then I'll just kill her and get out. Because Lee Sin hasn't got a kill, he's like a couple of levels behind me at least. I'm not really scared of him coming and killing me, so I'll just take another. I'll be very greedy and take a lot of gold. I'm standing further enough away though, he can't hit a Q on me instantly, because there's a minion in the way, so that if he does come, I'll get to go a few Qs off before he goes for his Q by walking through my wave, and then we'll be even health, and then I'll just eat him alive. I was happy at this point that the Draven was coming to intentionally feed my lane, because I wanted the gold reset on Kayle. But yeah, now I have Anathema Chains. I put it onto the Kayle originally, because I wouldn't be fighting the Diana right away. I'd be trying to get my turret first, just so I got the first turret gold and the final plate, and then I'll be moving around trying to get other plates. He wasn't a very good player, the Kayle. Overextended a lot. I mean, the lane is hard. They really have to know what they're doing to survive it. Taken down, I can just dive him full HP at this point. Even with the fact that I didn't hit a Q on him so far. I hit 1 Q and the rest was just auto attacks. Extremely far ahead, so when I see the Lee Sin bot lane I can just go for it. I saw the Diana go out of vision here, so I walked backwards, but then when I saw Diana back in vision I knew where everybody was on the map. I could go and reset this wave. I don't want to give the Diana my shutdown here because it will become very, very hard to kill her. So I just need to make sure she doesn't get it. I don't really mind if the rest of them get it, but I don't want the Diana, who's extremely hard for me to kill, to have even more gold. Here's a little bit risky play because the Lee Sin could come out of base to here. I presumed he would not walk around through the tri-bush first to try and get behind me and expect me to do that because that would be wild. I think at this point I'm very close to my mythic item, but I don't really want to base before I get it. I'm just farming as much gold as I can now to get it. So now when I hit level 11 here, I'm pretty comfortable 1v2ing, if not 1v3ing. They won't really die. I think when I see the Diana on the dragon in a moment, and I use that time to get the Anathema's chains re-hooked onto her. So I re-put Anathema's chains onto her because she's the only person that will do damage to me on their team at the moment, seeing as everybody else has not even got a full item and I've got 2. So I'm pretty comfortable at this point that I can split push for free, and that's why I think I opted into Hull Breaker this game. There was so I could either go Hull Breaker, but I saw that my jungler was farming pretty well. I wasn't trolling too much and was happy just to farm it out and let me do my own thing. And because I was so far ahead and because of their comp, none of them really shred me. I was happy to just go Hull Breaker and just win through the split. Because at one point here, I do become strong enough to 1v5. I don't actually get the 1v5 off, but as long as I don't get hard CC'd for too long, I have enough damage to kill all 5 of them. I think when I get to like level 15 or something like that. Again, this guy, doesn't matter if I don't have chains on him, he's just getting dove. Don't mind using my ulti there anyway, because I'm going to hit the turret with my extra AD from it. I see them all. Bot lane. Go for more CS. Go for the turrets. Get a huge gold advantage. Just don't start chasing people around the map. Just make sure that you're doing what you think's optimal. A lot of the time that'll just be pushing your lane and low reloads because they'll allow you to take the whole jungle and the turrets for free. And that's usually better than going and running for a play or teleporting for a play. See them fighting in mid lane. Can't see what I'm exactly looking at, but I saw them fighting in mid lane, and I thought that the Dana was going to chase the Shyvana, so I was going to go and help. But then I saw he flashed this way, so I hit the Q and just go for it. Yeah, the only thing you can do here to survive again is just to flash my first Q. So if he doesn't flash my first Q, if he flashes my first Q, I'll just back out and take that trade, the flash for the ghost, and if he doesn't, then he dies. I saw their bot lane basing here, so I don't think I'd take this full turret because I don't wait for the next wave. I just make sure that next time I come and hit that turret, I just one-shot it. So I can go and take their inhibitor. And yeah, again, just farming more. I'm very comfortable doing this at the moment, just because the Diana will go to mid, and if their Lee Sin comes, who I thought would be the person that would come out here, obviously to get their whole jungle that's up on this side, when their other side jungle's obviously gone. I've got my ultimate, so I'll survive it. As you can see, that happens here. He flashes over on my ulti. Get the passive. Wouldn't have mattered if I didn't, but get the passive just to make it safe. Then kill him. The Diana comes as well. I'm just going to kite back to my team. But she decided not to go for it. She would have died if she did, so it was a good choice by her. Now I have enough gold for... Yeah, I have enough gold for my Hull Breaker, so I don't actually get boots here. I just buy my full Hull Breaker. I only think, yeah, got insanely good bases off. I could get full items. I mean, boots are good because of the movement speed, but I'm going to be hitting turrets and then they're going to have to come to me anyway, so... And I'm comfortable here fighting with the Shyvana, even if I have Hull Breaker, it doesn't matter if I get in group. I'm so far ahead that even if it loses some gold value just due to grouping, that we'll win anyway. I'm strong enough to 1v5 at this point. I presume they're going to go for this, so go and fight them here. Again, I want to take every single fight that I can at this point. I don't take any damage off anyone. So I'll just roam around and cause havoc. When I've got my ghost, I'll look for more and more fights. I'm confidently strong enough to take actually every single fight here. 1v4, 1v5, I'm fine to take it. As long as I play it correctly. I'm not going to run right into all of them, but like you can kite out with your Q. My Q will chunk them a lot. Try and isolate one of them off. That's the general gist of it. 1v5ing. It's not like Jack's 1v5 where you stand in the middle of them and you can kill them all. And you need to do it a bit slow because you need time. And you just don't want to get CC'd. Like this here, I don't care if they're all coming out of base. I'm happy to fight it at this point. I've got my Sunfire stacked up, so I know that I'm going to be absolutely slapping them all. I'll have my ulti. And yeah, at this point, the game's completely done. Even though we have a troll, it doesn't matter if you make yourself strong enough to 1v5. How are they going to win anyway? And I didn't do anything exceptional here. I just killed her when she overextended and farmed waves and got turrets and farmed enemy jungle camps. And that's what you got to do. Make sure you get such a huge gold advantage and XP advantage that you're unmanageable. And that's very easy in low reload because they're so inefficient. And that's why Mundo does really well in low reload. I should have the Shyvana not use the Shyvana should use the Herald mid and we could have ended, but she didn't, so I see her going bottom. I'm happy to just go split this here. My ulti's coming back up, so I know I can 1v5 again soon. See their bot lane pathing up through top side. So I see. So I have go and have a look top and see if I can get a fight off. See if I can get them to overextend. Now, because I do see them all eventually. After I get that one, I see them all come in. My ulti's going to run out. I'm not going to have enough damage to kill them, so I'll just run. I'm fine to run here. This guy wants to fight me in here. He'll get absolutely battered, obviously. Draven makes his only play of the game here. Well. And take a reset, teleport back into their base, and end the game. And yeah, 4 items before anybody on the enemy teams too, and their enemy team top laners just got his first item. Don't really care about the KD, so I just go for the end. Also, I can't really kill them off bouncing, which sucks. The only downside to Mundo. But yeah, easy game. Just make sure you're staying ahead in XP and farm, as usual.